Tyrone?
Are you going trick-or-treating?
No, probably.
Gotham needs me. To the Batmobile!
Kill them all! Kill them all! Kill them all!
What's wrong? Say it. Roll flow 2.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek.
Long ago, 3 friends joined together. They became the Amp Theory.
The Amp Theory Podcast, starring Peter.
Make this dumbass video real quick. Hold up, son. I've just been time away from you to do this thing real quick.
Scott.
We're gonna do it live.
You like Blackpink over here at the Amp Theory? You like Blackpink?
How many times were you intimate with my mom?
And J-Mac.
Just like my mom says, dynamite comes in small packages. That's why it's kept me going all these years.
It's okay. I'll never let them see me cry.
Crying.
Now here's your hosts, Peter and Scott.
You can raise from the dead? What are you doing?
Welcome, everybody, to the Amp Theory Spooktacular 2021. It's also episode 31, but today is October 31st, and it's Halloween.
Halloween! Happy Halloween, everybody!
But it's gonna be funny because this isn't gonna play until next week. So
Yeah,
all
so it's
the
gonna be a
reactions
really-
are gonna be like this too.
Yeah, all the reactions that you guys have seen all week, you're probably wondering why we were wearing makeup. It's because we recorded all this on Halloween.
Yeah.
So,
Hearing them-
but it's our Halloween episode, damn it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we like to, dress up on Halloween and be spooky monsters.
Yeah.
Y'all wanna go in order and say who we are for people that don't know?
I am the multiple-time world heavyweight champion, the icon, the legend himself,
Let's go.
Sting.
Ooh.
This is also maybe a record. My 8th time as Sting on Halloween, because I was Sting multiple times as a child. But you know what? This is my first time I've been Sting since maybe I was 11 or 12. So
Wow.
it's been a while. I'm on a 20-year break,
Yeah.
so that's why the makeup looks so shitty.
It's a hiatus.
No, I think that it should be said that
Say it.
says fuck. It's because I'm Mexican right now. I think it should be said that you do Sting maybe better than Sting.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, you know what? I know we're going in order. I do like your Sting, but I also like your Dia de los Vasquez skull you got going.
And I'm Sting and he's Thunder Rosa.
Thunder Rosa. I don't know who that bitch is, but that's cool.
This chick.
Shout out to my wife. She's the one that did all this.
Great job, Sarah.
She's how many months? 8 months pregnant now. And
Congrats.
She has to put up with you. She's a strong woman.
Yeah. And she fucking finessed her way to doing all this
She
shit.
finessed her way, huh?
Into doing all
Wasn't
this
the opposite way around.
No,
You
I just had to
finessed
lay
her.
there. Well, it's because I had a whole bunch of other ideas, but turns out this is the one that made the cut because it took as little effort from me as possible.
Oh, not bad.
And
It looks good though.
Thanks. Yeah, she really went all out. I did want to say Scott, you look magically delicious.
I'm actually the living embodiment of Ricola.
Yeah. Bro, I was not expecting. Now, we put pictures up on a little messaging thread, so we kind of knew what we were looking like. Mm-hmm. I had no idea what the fuck you were going to dress up as.
Well, you know what? Allegedly, he was going to come in a luchador mask.
Yeah, that's what I was
never
expecting.
happened,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
He was going to stay on the theme of wrestlers, so.
I was going to wear my luchador mask, but then I was like, man, which one do I wear? And then all this other shit. And I was like, fuck it. I was going to wear my inflatable Cartman costume, but then it would be a little hard to talk into the mic. You couldn't hear me. You couldn't see me emote when we react.
Yeah.
It would just look like an angry fucking Cartman sitting right next to you the whole time.
Oh, that would be weird.
So I reached into the old
bag of tricks.
the old bag of tricks.
Should have popped out the Gumby costume for old time's sake.
So there's a little backstory behind this costume. I used to date this German girl, and she used to like me to role play. Right?
Wait, is this a legitimate story?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? I've never heard this. Wait,
yeah.
what the fuck? Hold on. No, pause. Hold on. Are you serious right now?
Yeah, bro.
What the fuck?
What would she tell you to do?
Who? Okay, no, don't tell me who, but.
So she was legit German. I honestly never really figured out how to say her name, so I just called her ma'am.
Oh.
And I'd go over there and dick her down and.
Wait, is this an older woman?
Yeah, she's a little older. She had really strong hands.
Can we say her name was
showtime?
So yeah,
Sting's catchphrase.
So she was like, "Come over, put this costume on."
Come over, huh?
Yeah. And she's like, "We're gonna fool around, and then you're gonna clean my room for me."
Oh shit!
So I was like, "Yes, ma'am. Let me clean up my mess."
Did you wear?
Is that why them damn shorts are so damn tight? Show the people. Show how tight them shorts are.
It's really.
No, you gotta show them.
It's really hard.
You gotta show them.
What you want to see, dog?
Oh my god! Oh no! Oh,
Too much
no.
sexy. We just broke the internet.
So yeah, so I used to go over there, and
poor children.
She made me pancakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With beer.
No, it always came with a cigar.
Schnitzel?
This is a cigar.
Oh, a cigar.
Yeah, it was like pancakes
All right,
and
Bill
cigars.
Clinton. What'd you do with that cigar?
I did not inhale.
What did you do with that cigar to her, Bill Clinton?
Well,
You smoked her out or what?
yeah, but it was always
That's
under
not
the
what
cover.
Bill Clinton did with the cigar.
It was under the cover, so it looked like
What?
like
You
smoke
did-
signals.
You put it in the cigar holder?
Let's put it that way.
Oh.
Ooh,
He put it.
cool.
He put it in some kind of pocket.
Oh no.
a hot pocket.
It was a hot one, probably.
So yeah, so
So that's that why you smell like sex?
this is from my hoe days. You probably still smell sushi on me.
Your leader hosen days.
my leader hose days. Yeah,
Yeah, I was about to say because I don't think you're much of a drinker, but you got some beer on you.
yeah. That's whatever squirt is.
What's your bone name?
Oh, my skeleton name is Boner.
That's very clever.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
so not Thunder Rosa.
no, but because I have the whole Mexican get up, I put on my flannel.
I know you button that bitch. You button that very top
All the
button.
way
I
to the
see
top.
that.
I almost I
But
almost
the
made-
bottom one ain't unbuttoned. You gotta unbutton the
Yeah,
bottom
that's what I was
one.
gonna do. I was gonna button just one, but then I was like, "That's too gangster. I gotta make it into the apartment."
Get comfortable.
But yes,
Did you scare the guys at the cookout out front?
nah. I try to I feel like a fucking loser driving up here. I'm just like,
How many people were looking at you in the car?
I don't think anybody. I was just staring straight. I didn't want to look at anybody.
It was actually kind of funny earlier. You were on an important phone call and your face is painted like that.
Yeah.
I was sitting there fucking just laughing.
Yeah,
Bro.
yeah.
On my way home from hanging out with my mom and my brother and shit, I was dropping them off. There was some dude in the car next to us with a fucking upside down pentagram in his head.
Oh shit!
It was
Manson?
done up in makeup and shit.
What the
But
fuck?
we're in traffic and I'm like, fuck! And I look over and this dude's like, and all I can imagine is oh, this dude's about to kill somebody.
Yeah, be like, oh shit.
If I'm this mad, he's definitely about to kill somebody.
Yeah, bro. Man,
But
Yeah.
we did skip over something.
what's up?
Number 31, who's your player of the week?
You know what? Even though
Is this the first one he's gonna miss?
no,
No.
I already knew this one
Oh,
coming. Even though we had a bye week, we play tomorrow night. So it's gonna be number 31, Roy Williams.
That's what I was about to say. Roy
Who's
Williams.
also an Oklahoma Sooner, so Boomer Sooner.
Yeah.
I just want to keep you on your toes. Want to make sure. That
Motherfucker, I know. Guess what? You know, next week is 32. I already got that one in the bag.
Yeah.
Let's just say.
No hints. No hints.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
good though.
Even though this is our Halloween episode, that next episode, 32, is going to be a killer episode.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
I got you. Hey,
Is this maybe that has something to do with like a Bronco?
Not the Denver Broncos.
Oh.
Anyways.
hey, I will have to say though, Roy Williams, it being Halloween, that the way he would lay down the shoulder on people
was scary.
Was scary, yeah.
I actually met him. I have a picture with him.
Really?
Show you right here because I'll put it as the actual picture when I say his name. But I met him at NOU when College Game Day was there.
Yeah.
Went with Richard. It was Notre Dame versus OU. So and he was just walking on the street. And I'm like, oh shit, Roy Williams.
Yeah.
He turns around and let him take a picture with him.
Yeah, that's
that was in
dope.
my OU shit. So of course he's like, yeah, what's up, man?
What's up?
So
So
now actually all he talks about on Instagram is cigars. So bring it full circle to your cigar pussy story.
yeah, well, I mean, like I would only smoke them like under the blanket and like let the air out, like smoke signals.
Would you put it in your butthole and then blow it out?
There's a lot of things I do with my butthole with that woman.
Well, this is all new to me. I don't know how to process all of this.
Bro.
I'm learning these things for the first time.
There's a lot of things that you don't know about me. You didn't know about Silver Moon until last week,
I didn't know about Silver Moon until last week.
and I didn't know that you were a freestyle rapper named Kumquest till last week.
You already knew I was a freestyle rapper named Dollar Bill, so get out of here.
Yeah,
Because I made a diss track on
I
me
think
back in 2005,
Kumquest is the
homie.
reckoning, though.
I think you reinvent yourself more than Mick Foley.
Hey, you gotta keep it fresh, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was y'all's favorite Mick Foley?
Cactus Jack.
I don't know. I think nobody better than Mankind, bro.
I was gonna say I like Mankind a lot. Jonathan, you seem like a dude love
Bang,
kind
bang.
of guy, though.
Huh?
You seem like a dude love kind of guy, though.
He wouldn't do love that long. It was just that was his character he always wanted to be as a kid, so he was able to bring it to real life when he was a star already. So like when he was a kid, you know, when you're a kid, you make up your imaginary wrestler. His was Dude Love.
Yeah.
And what's funny is there's the infamous time where he jumps off the cage and does the elbow and he rips his shirt open. But he had painted a red heart on his chest as Dude Love. Well, during the match, he had sweated all off, so he rips it off, and there's nothing there. And then he gets the elbow drop anyway. It's really funny.
I think Mick Foley's an inspiration because he was a superstar, but was the most average looking human in the world.
Yeah.
You know, and he was around with The Rock, Stone Cold, which were like
He was
freaking.
right up there with everybody else.
They were like freaking action figure looking type dudes, and he was not. And he still made it.
Those promos that he would cut, and when he was like screaming at Vince, like, "You should have taken me when I was young and when I was good."
Well, in the 90s, there was the war between WWF and WCW, the Monday Night Wars, where WCW was beating WWF. The night that WWF started winning is because on WCW's TV, Raw had taped their show the previous week, and Mankind won the WWE Championship from The Rock on Raw that night. And so WCW's thing was they would tell the results, which was very, taboo, to tell the results of the other show on their show before it happened. So they're like, oh, yawn, Mankind is going to win their title, blah, blah, blah. And then everybody switched over to Monday Night Raw, and nobody... That's what sealed the deal for basically WCW and the ratings war. They never, ever won another week after that.
Oh, man.
It was literally because of Mankind Mick Foley winning the WWE title. Everybody switched over to oh, fuck, he's going to win? Fuck Nitro. We'll watch Raw.
Yeah.
So, fun little quick fact.
Yeah.
Your wrestling factor of the week.
Yeah. No, that was cool.
Yeah.
Well, I know that holidays is always pretty hard for us, to kind of stick together. So I was hoping we can share, it being Halloween, scary stories. And scary or fucked up stories that have happened to you.
What do you call a scared hot dog? A Halloweenie.
Nice.
I'll never forget that guy.
We went to...
he actually showed up. So we went to Screams. I'm gonna let Jonathan tell the entirety of the story. But this motherfucker showed up to tell corny ass jokes, pretty much with that same exact face paint makeup.
Pretty much, no. So we went to Screams, which is where they have the Renaissance Fair, but during Halloween they turn into a fucking...
subpar
modern
amusement park.
Yeah. But anyways, we're waiting in line for one of the things, and this old man is just going. You know, they have characters walking around. She was making like the corniest jokes and walks up to us, and he's like legit, almost in our faces, like, "What do you call a scared old motherfucker too? What do you call a scared hot dog? A Halloweenie?" Like, what the fuck? Scott was just like, "God damn it!" Like, he was so mad.
I think he was.
We were with girls too, so he was like, "Fuck, dude, go away!" Ruining my cool points.
Yeah.
Boner killer.
Yeah, fucking Scott.
Man, well, nah, because that dude showed up, like, them girls dried up real quick. They're like, we don't want to hold hands anymore.
I do want to say my Halloween story, right? You were there.
Uh-oh.
And we were over there off Brand Road and Beltline, around that area. And so we're about to go to that haunted house. And we had a guy that was there with us. It was a group of us, but one guy was like, "Hey, y'all trying to smoke before we go up there?" I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." Right? I thought, the three of us guys would just, smoke and then go up there. He said, "All right, cool. We got to go to this apartment where I'm gonna go buy it from."
Oh shit!
And I'm like,
one of those dudes.
Yeah. We were already in the complex.
Yeah.
Right. And so was it you? I think
it
must have
was
been
you. It was you and me.
Yeah.
And it was at Screams.
Yeah. So we go and we
go to Screams.
Yeah.
So we go and we knock on this apartment, right? Now you got to remember, it's me, Scott, and this other white boy, right? We go in. White lady answers the phone, the fucking door, right? Big heavy lady, right? And he's all like, "Hey, we're trying to buy something." She's like, "All right, come on in." So then, come on in. And so then she goes in, right? She sits in her lazy boy, and she starts fucking rolling up this blunt, bro. And so I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." This was like
shit's about to go down.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And this is like one of my first like real drug deals that I've ever been a part of. So I'm still kind of green. I'm just like, like I don't want anybody to know, what we're doing. And next thing you know, she's there. Next thing you know, her baby's, her like little toddler to I would say 6-year-old kids, just start running around, and they were just walking around. They were watching SpongeBob, right? And so I was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" And so then she rolls it up. He pays for it, right? And we just start sparking it up, right? We're like all smoking. It's going in rotation. Next thing you know, in walks in this big hood-looking dude, like ghetto, bro. And so I'm like, "Oh shit," I'm like trying to act cool, like that's the biggest thing. Is
trying to act.
Yeah,
cool.
he's like he's got street cred, and I'm trying to like show him that I as well have the credentials of my barrio, right? And so then I'm like, trying to act cool and shit, but I'm high as fuck. And this is around the first few times that I was smoking. So the problem was that the little kids, which were still around while we were smoking, had SpongeBob on, bro. So I'm like high as fuck sitting next to you. I'm watching SpongeBob. I start laughing. Start laughing at what SpongeBob's saying. Then I think of myself outside of myself, watching myself laughing, which in turn makes me laugh even more. And so I'm like trying, and the whole time though I'm laughing, but I'm trying to not laugh because homeboy's sitting like right kind of like where you are, right? Just chilling. And so I'm like laughing, but like trying to like act hard at the same time. And the more I do that, the more I like see myself in the third person, like trying to act cool. So it makes me laugh some more. And I'm like laughing. The thing about Scott, when he giggles, he's like, like he can keep it together. Me,
motherfucker, get me in trouble at the movie theater.
Yeah, nah. Me, I'm like fucking laughing and shit. And dude was like, tells the other guy, he's like, "Hey, yo, is your homeboy okay?"
No, he's not.
I was laughing and I was like, I was just like, SpongeBob, man.
So I don't remember. I vaguely remember that, but what I really remember was that we were able to. I think we were able to smoke a little bit more before we got into Screams, and then you and me sat down somewhere and just laughed for like 20 minutes. Yeah,
that was crazy. Going and into that way at that age with as little experience as I had.
Yeah,
and the crazy thing about it is, I remember you being there, and then we were just with some older people.
I don't think we were with older people. They were just really strung out.
No. They were older than us. Like we were like what, like barely like sophomore, juniors.
No, I think we were seniors. We had to have been seniors.
Nah, I think we were. I don't know, but I just remember them being older, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm just following them because I'm like high as fuck. Just like okay.
I think you were following the wrong people.
Oh shit!
Oh, man.
That was a crazy night. That was fun. I just remember the little kids in SpongeBob.
I've never really done anything crazy on Halloween. I'm one of those, like, I enjoy, like, giving out candy. And, of course, when I was a kid, I always went out and trick-or-treated and all that kind of shit. But I've never, like, to me, Halloween is more like either if there's a party, cool. Usually parties don't really ever happen on Halloween.
Because, like, nobody
so
kind of wants
a
to
couple
dress
days
up,
before, a week before, something like that.
Yeah.
So I like do those, but like on actual Halloween, like I just like to chill and watch horror movies most of the time. Yeah, it's a good old pastime, bro.
I'll let you go because I got another dumb thing that I did on Halloween.
I remember, like after, after high school, we would try to like go like ghost hunt and shit like that, right? And you know, especially like around Halloween time.
One time, you and me went ghost hunting for a whole 6 hours or something like that.
Shit, did y'all find any ghosts?
No, I've never found any. Well, I've seen some shit that I can't explain, right? But you know, that's just how the world works.
Yeah, it is.
It's just anal.
But nah, I remember.
I just heard anal.
I remember it was. That's definitely. You want to roll the dice and possibly be afraid. Well, you remember Jamie, right?
Yeah.
We used to hang out with a couple people that we used to work with, and it was like around Halloween time. And there used to be this, this old abandoned mall, and we were like ghost hunting the mall and shit like that, right? So, anyways, this little person that we were friends with, we're like shining the lights and shit. This big fucking bat like comes down, and I'm like, oh shit, hey,
Wait, an actual bat?
Like it was like an actual bat. This thing was huge too, the wingspan. And I was like, oh shit, April, duck, that thing's gonna carry you away.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Okay, yeah. Actually, okay.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Wow.
So I thought this bat was gonna swoop down, take her off into the rafters.
That's gotta be scary, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Like
I mean, I'm short, but I don't have to worry about that because I have enough weight behind me. So ain't nothing to pick me up off the ground.
But then like when you're with your friends, like you're also with like girls, you try to like intentionally like scare them. So Jamie fucking like disappear, be real quiet, and then like jump out like, oh, surprise, and you're like, oh.
Have you ever?
Say, I'm a bat.
Basically.
Have you ever tried to scare somebody and it not work? Like you're like, ooh, and then they'll just look at you, and then you're like, look like an idiot.
Yeah.
All the time. I remember that one time where you dressed up. Scott? It was like 11 p.m. We were living together at the time at the apartment at the Los Rios.
Yeah.
And you painted yourself in like all white, and then waited for James to get home.
Oh, it also has to be said that I was naked.
Yeah, he was naked, butt ass naked. Nobody asked him to get naked. They were like, hey, why don't you just paint your face? He decided to paint his whole fucking body just for this random 11 p.m. scare the shit out of you kind of thing.
Hey, man,
and I had the video.
All in, you got to go all in.
I had the video right here, and I'll show it in the podcast. I'll take a little break.
I don't know about all that.
But it won't show, it doesn't show what you're dressed up as in that video. It's on Instagram.
Okay, well.
But
I painted myself white from like the knees up. And then I painted my from shins to like foot like black. That way, like in the darkness, like you couldn't see me like take steps. But
so you look like a ghost just from the top up.
And then lights
Nobody
come
told
on.
me to get
He
naked. He
realizes
just wore
it's
black
me.
pants or something.
And then for some reason, I thought it would be really funny if I like jumped on the couch while he's sitting there and like stretched my dick out in front of him.
Was it funny?
It was funny to me.
Oh, great!
He's like, oh no, don't do that. Okay.
Don't do that.
Yeah, ain't it crazy when somebody like accidentally walks in on you, like taking a shit or something, and then they look at your package on the way out, and it's like, first of all, I was like, oh, and then you're like, what the fuck, dude?
Those motherfuckers that do it when you're in the stall in public, and they're like looking through the crack, like, motherfucker, what you looking at?
Yeah, they're like, somebody in here.
I had a little kid do that to me once. I was like, hey, what you doing?
Get out of here, motherfucker.
But as a little kid, one time I had to pee really bad, right? And I like kicked the stall door open because I was about to like piss everywhere. And it's just this dude taking a shit. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He's like, what's up? Like,
What's
what?
up? You want to join? Is that what he said?
No, he was just like,
No.
what's up?
What's up?
And I was like,
Nothing.
Yeah, the last time somebody walked in on me
Shit, man.
taking a shit was at work, and they came in and the only thing I was like, "Come on, man." That's all I said.
All
You
right.
really could say.
So this was a scary moment. It's not really a Halloween moment, but it was a scary moment.
It's okay.
I was on my way to pick a friend up from the airport. And on the way to the airport, diarrhea sets in.
Oh no,
God.
that's
And
scary.
I know it's diarrhea.
That's you want to talk about the scariest shit we could talk about.
That's real scary.
So, like I said, I'm on the way to the airport. I'm almost there. And then I just feel like them bubble guts bad. And I immediately like pull off at this gas station. I'm in such a hurry to take a shit. This is a one-seater too, by the way. So I'm in such a hurry, I forget to lock the door.
Oh no.
And in the middle of me with
Somebody just busted in?
like practically like praying, I have got my elbows on my knees, I got my head in my hands, and my asshole is going boom, 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 like that shit. This dude walks in, and I'm like, "Get out of here! Get the fuck out of here! What are you doing? Get the fuck out of here!" And he's like, "Ah!" He shut the door real quick.
That's hilarious.
That's great.
That's funny. No. Yeah, I haven't had that happen too many times besides that last time. Sorry, Jonas. He's a guy from work. He walked in.
Oh well, it's okay. I fixed my makeup snafu.
Yeah. Good job, bro.
Got it on hand. It's okay.
Bro, so if this is what women feel like wearing makeup,
Fuck that. I'd never wear makeup. I'd just be like, if you don't like the way I look, sorry, I'm ugly.
Yeah.
If you don't like natural beauty, then I'm not the one for you.
Yeah. I don't like killing animals.
Yeah. I think if I was a woman, I'd probably be the ones with the armpit hair.
Oh,
And
a
the
real
hair.
feminist.
Yeah, real feminist. I'd fucking be talking shit all the time. I'd be like, "You think you real, man?
You think you fucked this pussy good?
You bitch."
And I know you, and I can say that because I got armpit hair too, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Mine's
Yeah.
thicker than yours, motherfucker.
We're equal.
Yeah. I was gonna say something that my wife says, but I don't think she'd appreciate it. But it's kind of funny.
You can tell us off camera.
Yeah, I'll tell you. But
Rub on me, dog. You should paint on.
hey, you have a black cat, bro. It's like
No,
it's like the black cat from Hocus Pocus.
It's his birthday, by the way.
Oh.
Okay, I don't know exactly when he was born, but I adopted him in December of 2019, like a week before Christmas, and he was 6 weeks old. So his birthday was right around around Halloween. So it's his two-year birthday.
Was a cat's name in Hocus Pocus?
Binks.
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 Yeah.
It was Binks.
His name is Kylo, like the
Kylo?
Star Wars character.
Oh, cool.
Kylo Ren.
Should have named him Binks, man.
Yeah.
But he is a Halloween cat.
Yeah. He's all
That's
black.
what these type are.
Yeah. So did I ever tell the story about the smiley thing on the podcast?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So that was dumb.
I mean, when you're young, you want to go like get scared, especially if
get
you have
hard.
girls with you. Yeah, you want to.
Oh, go hard. I said
Yeah.
go hard.
I mean, if you really want to talk about, if we want to get into some controversial shit on the podcast and we're talking about scary stuff, I don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah, I don't believe in ghosts
I
either.
don't think ghosts are real.
I don't think.
Wendy doesn't like when I say that.
Yeah, ghosts are about as real as. No, I don't want to say that either.
I know what you were gonna say, but
Yeah.
no, seriously, I get why people believe in it, but it's just show me one shred of actual evidence.
Yeah, I think.
Like that Ghostbusters show, like okay, my sister made me watch that shit one time with that dude Zach Baggins.
Yeah.
In the one episode I watched with her, he's in like this attic or this basement or something. I can't remember whatever the fuck it was, and he's in this. He's like, there's this axe, and apparently this axe has always been there, and this was a murder weapon at one point. And earlier in the episode, it knocked over even though nobody's over there, you know? And so he gets underneath it and he's like, knock this axe over on me. Knock this axe over on me, bro. Like, taunting the fucking ghost. I'm like, I wish this motherfucking ghost would, but it's not going to. I'm like, oh. And
That'd
then
be good TV.
And I'm like, I kept watching and watching. I'm like, all these shows are fake.
Yeah.
Like, they're legit. They're
Yeah.
just oh, a little bit of random white noise. Like,
Yeah. I think those shows prove as much as you can that none of this shit exists. Like when you make a whole season based on finding Bigfoot and you don't find Bigfoot, I think that's proof.
Show's called Finding Bigfoot and they didn't even find it.
Yeah. It's like, bro, that's why I didn't watch that shit, because I would be so pissed if
There was like a Hillbillies in the Woods, like finding Bigfoot shit. I forget exactly what it was called, but I remember seeing like a commercial for it, and it's like they're out there like, we're gonna do mating calls, like whatever the fuck that they're trying to do to like entice Bigfoot to come fuck them, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're like, oh shit, it's a Bigfoot in the woods, and they're running, and it's like this dude jumps into like a hole and like pulls something over his head, and the cameraman's filming this guy. He's like, he's coming.
Yeah.
Like it's like, what the
Yeah.
like I want to believe. There's a part of me that wants to believe Bigfoot is real.
Yeah.
And we just need to leave that motherfucker alone. But I know in my heart of hearts, he ain't fucking real.
Yeah.
He ain't
Same
out
thing
there.
with Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, everything with that.
All those kind of legends, stuff like that. Because, I mean, it's 2021. We would have found that shit by now.
Yeah, bro. I
But
think
you can't shit on the legend, man. You gotta let little kids believe in something.
Yeah.
Well, I know that. I'm not saying there ever wasn't a Bigfoot. There probably was a species of actual large mammals that were like that.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan
big,
called
hairy
it
motherfuckers.
Gigantopithecus.
But they're probably not around anymore. So I guarantee you that there was probably a species out
I
there.
think that this is the equivalent of like, I think that like if you had evangelical show and had a
Touched by an
motherfucker
Angel.
talking shit about how God isn't real, this is the equivalent of that. We did a Halloween show talking about how none of this scary shit is real.
I mean, it's just like...
Okay, y'all can shit on me. I don't give a fuck. I believe in ghosts and spirits and shit like that.
Oh my god!
Oh, I don't shit on anybody
No,
who
I'm gonna
believes
shit
in
on
it.
him. Look, you know what
Get
ghosts are?
shit on!
You know this is what ghosts are.
Spirits, demons, all that
No.
kind of shit is not real.
Yeah. This
None of
is
it's
what
real.
ghosts are, right? I think it's humanity's effort into like hanging on
Trying to pass
to
it away on
life.
something else.
No, like hanging on to life. I think that we fear death so much, and I get
we
it.
would just assume we would.
Yeah.
ghosts.
We wish that ghosts were real because that would mean that there is a chance that you could live beyond death. You know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you die, that shit, it's over. It's over, guys. That's it.
Well, you know, you might outlive me. And you know what my ghost version can come back and do?
You ain't gonna
My
come
ghost can come over and flip you over on your tummy, and I will rape you.
Hell no.
Oh no.
No, you see, look, this is the way I see life, right? Is that like you know, electricity is like a current, right? And
It's
like,
usually how it works.
yeah. So like you know, you have an off-on switch for your lights, right?
Yeah.
So the same thing with your computer, right? Like basically your computer working is just electricity coming in and then going out. And I kind of feel like that's what we are, right? Because for sure, like we have to move. So there's some kind of energy that is here, right now. But eventually, once we die, we can no longer move. So I think what happens is life is given to us from our mothers, right? We live life, and then we go. But like the thing that harbors all the memories are this little thing right here. And then once the electricity goes, it doesn't take those memories with it. It's just gone. So once you die, that's it.
And that's from one of them Day of the Dead looking motherfuckers.
Hell
over
yeah,
here.
I'm telling you, bro, I'm here as a prophet. Bro, I feel I honestly feel like I feel like people would come to me as a shaman if I wore this every day. Right? Like
I'm trying. I'm really trying. You were having kind of a serious conversation. It's really hard to take you serious right now, just because the face paint.
maybe
but
that's what has to happen. But tell me that
you look kind of like the Mexican Joker with your.
I am Mexican Joker. I'm baby Joker.
Baby Joker. No more locked doors.
Yeah. But bro, I really feel like that's the scary thing about life, right? And I think that's what ghosts and all this stuff is like. We really want an afterlife to be a thing. Because that's how hard we're like holding on to life.
You know, speaking of ghosts and shit, you ever seen Paranormal Activity?
Yeah, that shit was fucking scary, bro. That's back
That's
when
what
I was
scared the fuck out of me, bro.
I used to be a believer back then.
Bro,
So hold on. So my man's over here. I've seen the first 3 movies with him, right? And so I'm gonna say, first of all, the movie itself is not scary, but it's what you go home with that's scary. Because you go home to like at the time I had like that condo like on Lower Greenville. I came in pitch black, turned my TV on. and then like there's shadows in the background and all that shit, and every little like creak and this and that, like in a settling home, you're like, oh shit, Paranormal Activity is real. I know it's not real because it's a movie.
Yeah.
But my man's over here was sitting there pissing me off. And we're in the movie and he's like this. Doing like putting his phone down, picking it back up every 5 seconds. And I'm like
reading the synopsis,
like,
bro,
yeah.
so I know what happens.
I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm reading the synopsis. I was like, why are you ruining the movie? He's like, I don't want to get scared.
Oh my god, bro! You know how many times in movies I jump when
You
there's
go-
something loud and it's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a jump scare, and there's we'll get that bitch in the theater. I'm the bitch.
You go to a scary movie to get scared.
There was a moment, the first movie me and Wendy ever went to go see together.
Yeah.
Because we started dating right when the pandemic started.
Yeah.
But later that year, Tenet came out, so the first movie we ever watched in theaters together was Tenet.
Uh-huh.
And it's not a scary movie, but there's like a moment in it that's super loud, and I was like, God damn! It scared the shit out of me, and I'm like, I'm the only one that jumped, and she's like, ha ha ha. I'm like, God damn, I look like a bitch.
Yeah. Don't you hate looking like a bitch in front of your girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that shit
My
too.
bitch.
Nah, yeah, it happened to me at movies too, where it like goes, and like, I always act tough, you know, but then like it's not that I go, but like, you know, my arm.
We were at a movie one time and it wasn't even a scary movie, and I just out of the corner of my eye I see Peter do something like this. I'm like, bro, you pussy, what are you doing? It just happened to be that the dude fell asleep behind him and kicked Peter in the head.
Nah, bro, that shit fucking pissed me off, bro.
No, what was funny is even though I was reading the synopsis on Paranormal Activity, that shit still went home with me. Because when I went home, I was still living with my parents at the time, and I fucking walk in the front door, and it's super late because we went to the midnight premiere of it too.
Yeah.
So we got home at like 2 a.m.
The worst time.
Right?
The witching hour.
Yeah, we should be at 3 a.m. channel and get all the kids' views and blow up. But anyways, that's people do that shit, right?
They do what?
Like, oh, don't do this at 3 a.m. There's 3 a.m. challenge videos on YouTube.
Oh, really?
That all the fucking kids love that shit because like, oh my god, I called McDonald's at 3 a.m. This is what happened. Blah blah blah.
Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, I called Biggie Smalls at 3 a.m. You know, shit like that. But anyways,
The gangster party hotline.
So I get home. It's 2 a.m., right? Everything in my house is pitch black, obviously, right? Because parents are asleep, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, my dad always gets up in the middle of the night. He's always done that because he smokes, and so he gets up at like 2 a.m. and coughs and, old people shit.
Yeah.
So I come through the door, and I'm being quiet, so I'm trying to be respectful. I open the door, like I come in real quiet, and I turn around and I close the door real soft, and I go to lock it. And I flip the light on and turn around. My dad is standing there in his underwear. Hadn't made a sound. Didn't hear him have wood floors. Didn't hear a creak the whole fucking way up.
Yeah.
Standing there. I got launched off my feet just out of fear. My feet launched off the ground. I fell on my ass. He's like, what the hell is wrong with you? I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I live here. What the fuck is that? I was like, scared the shit out of me.
Yeah,
It's the only time a horror movie has ever gone home with me. So it wasn't even that. It was just like the anticipation of the jump scare. I hate that shit.
Bro, when I really get scared, I go like this because I feel like I'm about to hit somebody. Like every time. That's why I told my wife, it's like, don't scare me because I will punch you.
There's two types of people. There's people who are like ready to fight and ready to flight, basically.
Yeah.
You're
like
a fighter. That's why they call it fight or flight.
Yeah, like you just said you're like, ah! Like,
I'm the motherfucker that stands to the side and eats my ice cream sandwich. I think that's well established.
me and Peter are those types of dudes that are like raise that fist real quick.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna whoop anybody's ass.
Yeah.
Ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying I'm whooping anybody's ass, but I'm like, I'm about to hit somebody. Nah, I was gonna say something. Fuck. Shit, man.
What was the first scary movie that you ever saw?
Oh, I know that one.
Oh, The Exorcist, actually.
Really?
Did that one actually scare you?
That's a good introduction.
Yeah.
I thought that one
like
was
maybe
funny.
10, maybe.
You were 10 when you saw your first scary movie?
It wasn't ever anything I was interested in.
Yeah, I was pretty young too.
What's funny is my first, The Exorcist was the first scary movie I ever watched. It scared the fucking shit out of me. Right?
Yeah?
What was really funny is I have a story about the first time I ever watched The Poltergeist. I actually had told my mom, I was like maybe 12 or 13 at that time, and I was like, oh, I don't feel good, blah, blah, blah. faked my way to stay home from school, right? Like saying like, "Oh, my stomach hurts. I threw up." Oh, you didn't say I already flushed the toilet, mom. You know, all that kind of shit.
Fucking sneaky
She let me
kid.
stay home, right? So I'm at home chilling, day off, like eating all kinds of. I was eating myself to death, you know, fucking little fat year old.
After you threw up.
Fat 12-year-old Jonathan is sitting there eating. And so I'm watching the Poltergeist, of course, because also, like, my parents never really watched horror movies, too, so that was probably another reason why I didn't. Mm-hmm. So, like, when I got older, though, I was, like, kind of thought those movies were kind of taboo, so, like, I was like, ooh, the Poltergeist, it's on HBO right now, or whatever the fuck, in the middle of the day. And so I started watching it, and then there's the scene where the maggots come out of the meat, and it legitimately made me throw up.
Oh, shit.
I went from faking my way sick to actually watching something that legitimately made me sick. It made me throw up.
That's fucking gross.
So I've never watched it since.
Yeah.
So.
My first scary movie was Halloween.
Yeah, another good choice.
Yeah, bro, that shit always scared me. How he doesn't ever run, but always fucking catch.
How he takes his time, bro.
Yeah, he takes his time and he always fucking catches you.
Do you know what his mask is from? You probably know.
Yeah, I think you mentioned. Didn't you mention it on the podcast?
No, I don't think we have. But
I don't know if it had, but
it was yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah,
it's a William Shatner mask.
Yeah, it was a mask of William Shatner's face, and they just didn't put any of the features.
Have y'all seen the meme where they put Mariah Carey's face on him and it looks exactly the same?
No.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Funny,
Look it up. Look it up.
But what they did though is like they took the sideburns off and like painted over the eyebrows and shit.
Yeah, so it's technically Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, they like cut the eye holes out bigger and all that shit. It was pretty cool. The very first scary movie that I saw was It, the 1990 miniseries.
Oh shit, yeah.
And like that shit, like for 2 nights, fucking scared me, bro. Because not a lot scared me as like a little kid. Like even like from 1990, It was the very first one that I saw. And then after that, I started watching scary movies by myself, right? Ooh. Like, it just...
With a big boy.
I'd actually
never
never seen It until, like, 2015-ish or whenever the fuck it was. Mm-hmm. And Scott came over and we watched both parts of it, like 5 hours in length. I was like, I had no idea fucking It was 5 hours fucking long.
Bro,
It was good.
The miniseries doesn't stand up. No. But, like, as a little kid, right, you know, I used to be... That movie fucked me up so bad, right? Because, like, on rainy days and shit, I'd be, like, looking at, like, the gutters. And, like, one time I did see, like, a deflating balloon in the gutter. And I saw the shit, and I was like, hell no. I was like, Pennywise is going to come. Like, I thought he was legit for real, like, for a little bit. I used to have dreams where I was running through, like, those tunnels, like, in the movie. And he would just, like, pop out from around the corner, like, surprise!
Yeah.
And, like, get me.
Yeah, that fucking clown thing, bro. Yeah, I think that clowns are pretty good at, like, I think throughout time just scaring people.
You remember a couple years back when people were dressing up like clowns? Like
and standing on the side of the road?
We went out clown hunting?
Shit. Yeah, we went clown hunting.
Me, him, and his brother went out clown hunting one
night.
Oh, yeah.
Motherfuckers were showing up.
Because I had one of those, like, police, like, scanners on my phone, right? And they're like, we were listening, and it was like, in Garland, they're like, oh shit, like there's a clown sighted on, you know, in this intersection, and me, him, and my brother were in my fucking car. Whoa, let's go.
Yeah, that's probably why cops are so short tempered, right? It's like you got to do this dangerous job, and next thing you know, it's like, hey, motherfucking clown over here. You're like, fucking serious, dude? Like the fuck? Yeah. This shit, you catch some dude in the fucking forest, like.
Your face in that makeup when you did that was great.
What's your favorite subgenre of, like, horror movies?
The Leprechaun. Whatever genre that is was fucking hilarious, bro.
What do you mean by subgenre?
Like vampire, zombie, shit like that.
Probably zombies. Yeah.
Zombies done right could be the scariest fucking thing in the world.
I don't think it's scary. I think it's interesting.
To me, zombies are scary unless they can be... Sometimes they can be scary, like when they come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
If they're fast zombies, that's terrifying.
Yeah, that's terrifying. See, I think it just ramps up anxiety.
Yeah.
Like when you have a scene where it's like two people talking, and next thing you know, you're trying to get away. It's like,
Or
Yeah.
even with, like, but that's even
Or it's like
the
a
thing with
love scene,
zombies.
right? You're trying to get your pussy ate and say
Then
get
they
your
can
ass
say
ate.
Your ass ate. Wow. No, that's the thing with zombies. Like, even if there's a slow moving horde, like, say you're stuck somewhere and you're like, I have this amount of time, and that's what the anxiety comes in. Like, they have a certain amount of time to, get the car started before they're gonna be dead for sure.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
isn't
it's
that
just
the
terrifying.
isn't that the most anxiety driving thing is when they're in the car and they have to put the key in the ignition and then they drop it and you're like, come on, bitch.
Or the key breaks, or any number of things.
Yeah.
To me, zombies are, like, I'm not as scared of zombies as, like, a lot of people are.
Your average person.
Yeah, but
Fucking badass over here.
But I think of
Fucking leader hosting.
I think of everything that we're like scared of, like movie wise, right?
Yeah.
Even more realistic than ghosts. I think that zombies could turn real.
Yeah, that's why we're not taking that fucking COVID shot when fucking this guy over here turns into a zombie.
Is that a Butterfinger?
It is.
Throw me a Butterfinger,
You guys
dog.
like some Halloween candy?
Throw me a Butterfinger, dog.
Butterfinger too.
But anyways,
I just fucking
but you
on
know,
dig your ass.
so no, like,
So you gonna dig
That's
dish
it.
down my
Digs.
ass?
Trayvon digs your ass.
but
I'll dig your ass, boy.
You gonna
yeah,
dig down my ass?
zombies are scary, bro. Because
Thanks.
I've always thought that like zombies could like happen, right? Maybe not like the Living Dead, but maybe like rabies.
Yeah.
Some shit like that could happen.
Yeah.
Make one person want to eat another person. And remember when fucking that dude on bath salts ate that guy's face?
I was like, it's
On the
Yeah,
begun.
that shit.
It has
Hell yeah.
begun. My ass was fucking like,
Yeah, that was the first one I was like, oh man, there's zombies real. No, it just man was on bath salts, and that's some wild. This is the first time I remember that vividly. Is like the first time I was ever like bath salts. What is that?
But have
Like
you
some shit.
Yeah.
Like is that actual bath salts? Yeah, actual bath salts.
have you gone
bath bombs and shit.
Yeah. have you gone through the rabbit hole of like on YouTube those people that like have superhuman strength for like weird reason? Like there's a video of this lady and they're trying, like, she's on the side of the freeway. They're trying to subdue her and she gets loose and gets hit by a car and then like stands up and takes off.
Was she on something?
What?
I think she had to be on something.
Well, remember back in the day on Cops, I remember they were trying to get this crackhead, and there was like 10 cops trying to get this crackhead.
Yeah, bro.
And he's like, hell no, you ain't gonna get me, you ain't gonna get me.
Yeah.
He like broke through their line and shit.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you mentioned like the strength and stuff, because like we don't use all of our strength. I was watching a video, right? The density of like our pinky finger, let's say, is like that of like a baby carrot, right? You can easily
Just bite through that.
bite through it, but it's our brain that's like,
Don't
hell
do it.
no, don't do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Nah, bro. Like there was I was on one of those my little true crime kicks, and I was listening to this one story of this guy, and that like, bro, he was acting weird like in his last days, and that he would just be sitting there. He got up, walked the fuck out, walked back into a restaurant, then left. Well, anyways, he ended up like just walking down this random street, bro. And there was this couple that would always have their garage door open, and they had kind of like a little hangout place for the neighbors to come in. And that, you know, for whatever reason, it was just the wife there. And he starts fucking getting her, trying to eat her fucking face and shit, and fucking ripped her fucking husband's open. And then, so the guy went over there, like the neighbor was like, "Hey, what the fuck you doing?" Turned on him. The neighbor fucking took off, and like he said that he like just like in the movies that he got in the door and was trying to close it, and the dude's arm was in there, and he's like, "I was hitting that shit hard like to get him to go, and like finally I closed it, but it's like I couldn't break his fucking arm." And then when the cop showed up, bro, he was like sitting there eating somebody's face, and they like shot his ass, and he would just not. He would just get back up. Yeah, bro, it's like
I
these
think it had
crazy.
to be like some kind of drug.
That should be either that or demons.
Demons aren't real, so
Oh, yeah, you're right. Shit, well, that shit will make me
Demons are
believe, bro. Oh, funny story one time, right? So I was sitting, kind of like in this situation, but if this wall was actually kind of like this situation right here, right? I was sitting here and I heard something in my patio and went. Choo-choo-choo-choo. I thought somebody was fucking out there. I'm like, what the fuck? It's about to go down, you know? So I fucking get up and I fucking get to the door and I look up and I see a motherfucker, bro. His shirt off, all fucking tattoos. I go, ah! It was my fucking reflection, dude. I was like, bro, it's the first time I go out loud. It was myself.
Oh my God.
I had my shirt off, but I had all my tattoos out. I scared the shit off.
There was some scary Mexican looking guy. Oh, it was just me. Oh no.
Bro, it scared me.
I scared myself.
Bro, me and my wife were laughing so. No, this really did happen.
Oh, no, I believe it.
Yeah, bro. That shit was so funny. My wife was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, it's me." What had ended up happening is I used to have this old Mexican calendar, Aztec calendar thing, and the wind just blew it and made the noise.
Dude holding the dead lady?
No, the calendar, the Aztec calendar. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I had out there, and it just blew.
You never had the painting of the Aztec dude holding the dead lady?
Shit, I got that fucking tattooed right here. That'd been dope.
I have a legit scary story with a window.
Yeah.
When I was, I don't know, I was like 5th, 6th grade. We moved to Garland. I don't know what exactly happened, but I ended up pulling my blinds out of my window. You remember y'all used to come over to my house and didn't have blinds, right? Mm-hmm. I had a blanket. Well, the reason I started putting the blanket up in my window is because one night, I didn't have blinds because I ripped them down by accident. I fall asleep. Mm-hmm. And when I woke up, I'm facing my wall, but I can see the shadow of somebody looking in my window. Mm-hmm. Like, there's clearly a silhouette of a person looking in my window. Yeah. And I just stayed there like frozen until he fucking left. Oh, like I don't know. I say he, but I don't know if it was like a woman. Yeah, maybe. Or like some fucking dude like jerking his dick in my window. I honestly don't fucking know. Yeah. But I stayed there like frozen. And then I ran to my mom's room and this touched the kind of mom I had. I was like, Mommy, like someone's looking at my window, and she's like, go the fuck back to bed. She's like, I don't want to hear about this shit.
Let him finish and he'll leave.
Basically. And so, So every night after that, I started like tacking the blankets up in my window. I was like, ain't no motherfucker gonna watch me.
Yeah, wow. Damn.
And then as I got older, I was like, I definitely don't want somebody watching me touch my dick in my room.
Yeah.
That's my personal time.
What was the cover you had up?
Bro, I used to have like a lot of covers. I had a Cowboys blanket.
I was gonna say Cowboys blanket.
Yeah, I remember the Cowboys blanket. Did I ever say on the podcast that one time I almost died?
No.
So I was in like 1st grade. I used to live in Pleasant Grove, and yeah, and there was this little white kid that used to live across the street from me, and he'd come over and play. And I was a very observant kid. So the thing is, I was in 1st grade. Right?
Is this about the Seafood Tommy days?
No. This was before Seafood Tommy.
Oh, okay.
But my mom one time, because we had like dogs in the back and chickens and shit, and so she did a noose to actually use it for something, right? So she like grabbed it and then actually used it, right? But I remember watching her do it and being like, oh, that's how you do it, because that's how I've seen like things on like cartoons. Like, you remember the old Robin Hood cartoon when they were gonna hang them, and I was like, how? Yeah. And when I saw her do that, I was like, oh, that's how. Yeah. So next thing you know, me and the little boy were playing in the front yard, and I was like, hey, like, look at what I found how to do. I made a noose, right? So this is how I was in 1st grade. I made the
That's not terrifying. In 1st grade, like a kitchen. Yeah, look what I know. Look
at
this.
Bro.
I made a noose.
Yeah, I made the noose. I threw it over the branch. I stuck the rope through it and I pulled it, and now it's on the branch. It's not going anywhere. I made another noose on the other side and I fed it through, and I'm like, let's play like cops and robbers stuff. And we had this little stool, and I go and I had it, and I was like, oh, ha, ha, like pretending like I was choking. Next thing you know, the stool kicked out from under me. Oh shit. And if my hands weren't around the noose, like acting like I was dying, it would have been straight rope to neck. Well, the thing is, my hands were in there, so it allowed me to breathe a little bit, but I was hanging up there for a while. At the time, my mom was a Jehovah's Witness, and there was a lady from the church that was inside of the house. She said she don't know why, but she's like, just looked outside, and she sees me fucking hanging, and like, the thing is, it was pretty traumatic for me. So like, I remember this memory really vivid. I remember hanging and being like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, Like, and I'm like, you know, because I could barely get any breath in. And I remember like just being like adrenaline all high and shit, and looking at the door, because you remember like those front doors that used to have that little diamond shaped window.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing her eyes looking at me, and she goes, "Alicia, tu hijo," like Alicia, your son. And they all ran out, and bro, like they took me down, and like I was so like fucking in the moment, like I wouldn't let go of the rope. Like when they were like trying to take it off of me, I was just like holding on to it. And so yeah, your boy could have been offed, bro.
Dang.
And then that
By yourself?
Yeah, and that
On accident?
yeah. And in that same house.
They're gonna say he accidentally hung himself.
Yeah, bro. Like it's like
God
crazy.
damn.
And I feel bad for the little boy, because like obviously like my parents are like, what the fuck? You know, like they were really like on 10 as soon as they saw me. They're like, what's going on? They forgot about the poor little boy that had just seen his friend being hanged, because they just grabbed me and they took me in the house and they left him out by himself. And so he ran home. And so then
Himself?
No.
Oh, shit.
No. When they once they all calmed down, they're like, oh shit, we need to check on that little boy, make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
And so they went over, they talked to the parents. It's like, hey, like there was an accident that happened. Like, is your son okay? And they explained, they're like, no wonder he's acting weird, because we were both little. We were like in the first grade, kindergarten age, you know? So I don't think he was able to like articulate like
What the hell just happened?
yeah. And so they were like, yeah, like this dumbass over here hung himself, and you know, is he okay? And they're like, oh, so like they you know, they had to talk to him. And in that same house, bro, I was playing outside in the front yard, and Suburban had come out, and it was this Mexican guy. And I remember him telling me, like I was playing, and I remember looking at him, and I was like, oh shit, I don't know this guy. And he's all like, hey, do you know where this street is at? And he kept walking towards me. He's like, can you help me find my friend's house? And this like, I don't believe in supernatural shit, but I promise you I heard this shit, bro. I was standing there, and I just heard in my ear something go, run.
That's the Force.
Yeah, bro.
Run, Luke.
Bro, I turned around and I ran and told mom. By the time my mom had come out, this guy was already in his car, and she's all like, what the fuck? Like, she's like, you know, talking shit.
Yeah.
And she's like, what the fuck you doing? And he's all like, no, I just wanted to see if my friends had, like, you're asking a kid that's in like first grade, like, how old are you? Like 5? You know, like 5 or 6? Like, you're asking a fucking 6-year-old for directions? Yeah. And then a week or two later, there was a little girl that was abducted, like, in the neighborhood.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never been like really like afraid that I'd be abducted, but like, you know, I was in a little car, you know, like little push car, like, you know, being a little kid, like I'm like probably 5 years old.
Yeah.
I'm going up and down like the sidewalk and shit. This person that I've never seen like comes out of like one of these houses and like, hey, like what's going on? I'm like, oh, you know, I'm just playing. This is the shit. Like, it's my car. It's blue. It's my favorite color. Shit like that. He's like, oh, it's pretty cool. It's pretty
He's
cool.
like, you want
Like,
to touch my dick?
he's like, come up. He's like, he said something like, come up the sidewalk. Like, there's like, I guess it was like on a little bit of an incline. He's like, yeah, if you come up here, you can just roll down back to the sidewalk. And I'm like, nah, I'm good, mister. Thank you.
Bro, you were like Dennis the Menace, bro.
I was like, good. But this is not my. This is not my story, so I'm not gonna name names. But there is a friend of ours who, there was a guy in a van who was coming and like taking pictures of him on the playground, and homeboy's dad showed up and saw this shit, pulled that guy out of the car and put a gun to his head and like nearly like blew his head off until like he held that guy there until like the cops came too.
Shit.
Good for him. Hell yeah.
Yeah, bro. Fucking that's scary to me,
Bro, it
bro.
makes me like when I was a kid, bro. Like just going around the neighborhood, we did all kinds of shit. Never even thought once about, oh, I could get abducted. Probably had so many opportunities.
You know what?
Snatch my ass.
Yeah, you would have been prime
Yeah.
suspect. I remember.
Little
Like,
chubby little boy.
Yeah,
like,
all cute and
like, you ain't quick.
Granny down.
angelic voice and shit. Yeah, bro.
Well, I don't know if Peter, I don't know if you ever, we might have been too old by the time we became friends. But I used to play like hide and seek like in the neighborhood, right?
By himself.
No,
Like
no,
a
no.
loser.
No, like we used to play, right? Like we would set boundaries. Like there, if like depending on who was playing with us, it's always like, hey, like 3 houses this way, 3 houses this way, on the same street.
Yeah.
And we're playing, and I remember running out the alley, like because you know where my house is, right? And I'm like peeking around trees. There's some dude sitting in the fucking car watching us play. Like, and this is like at 8 o'clock at night, sun's down. He's just fucking sitting there smoking a cigarette, watching us play. And I was like, hell.
That's fucking creepy,
I was like, And even as a little kid, like my spider sense was like, hell no, don't go near that car.
Yeah, bro. You gotta fucking watch out, man. Oh man, like it's just crazy, man. Like I think we've gone through the whole of funny, scary, and like real scary, paranormal, and yeah, man. Just be careful out there.
Yeah, kids. You know, every Halloween,
more than anything, be
some
careful.
Wild shit can happen, but honestly, it should be a time that you hang out with your friends or go to a party.
Do a little crack cocaine.
Or have kids of your own and go trick or treat. And if you're young enough, go trick or treat and have fun.
Yeah.
Don't take shit too seriously and don't take life too seriously. And don't be scared because none of this shit is real.
This is all a simulation.
Yeah.
More than anything, Halloween.
That too, yeah.
More than anything now,
That'd actually
Halloween.
be even more terrifying than anything else if this was a simulation.
More than anything now, Halloween's about getting candy. So go out and get some.
Hey, we're diehard Americans here, so we're just gonna give Americans the invention of Halloween, which then begat cosplay. So if it wasn't for America, we wouldn't have cosplay.
If it weren't for Halloween, we wouldn't have furries.
Well, we need
Thanks, Halloween.
All right, guys. Well,
on that note,
yeah.
Hope you guys had a spooky time.
But for real though, if you do want to get scared, especially because it's Halloween, go check out the YouTube channel, Mr. Nightmare. Every video, he does 3 different stories that are fucking scary. They're all true stories. I don't know how true they are, but they should have fucked me up listening to them.
Yeah. Also, my daughter does animations on TikTok, and she's coming out with a little Halloween special. She likes anime, so she's doing a My Hero Academia theme type of stuff.
We'll make sure we link that in the description below.
Yeah. Really proud of her because she not just drew everything, but she was able to get all her friends to be voice actors. Fucking project manage that shit to get it all on time. So she worked really hard on it. Man, she's that one random kid.
If you go on our YouTube channel and look at the channels that we're linked with, she's one of the channels on YouTube. So.
Yeah, and I'll say it on the reaction channels too. She worked real hard on it, so if you guys like that type of stuff, go check her out.
Yeah, she's created a lot of stuff for us. Created a couple logos for us. Created the original OG Amp Theory logo.
Yep. So
she was the first supporter.
Yeah, the very first supporter.
That's very true.
So
well,
thanks, guys.
Happy Halloween. We love you guys. Until next time, have a spooky time. Halloweeny!
All right.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a screech, you'll shake and shudder